Hello, Steve. Like to call this to our December to order. Got a roll call here. Anybody gone? Okay. So everybody but Andy here. So we got a quorum here. That's good. I hope y'all have had time to look over your November minutes. Motion made, there's a motion made and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any nay? Funding reports.
And I have a presentation. Can I get hooked up to a screen?
Is there an HDMI cable hookup right
Yeah.
there? Is that how they do that?
Yeah. You noticed you wasn't asking me, so. My son's coming in from New York to show me how to use my phone.
Cool. All right. So I'm here today to talk about how we used our funding for Conway Art Walk this year. I'm Katie Wilson. I'm the executive director of Create Conway. We're the nonprofit that puts on Art Walk every year. Jessica, our founder, had something come up. She was not able to be here today. If you're not familiar with Conway Art Walk, it is a first Friday event we do right here in downtown Conway. There's live music, there's free hands-on activities for the kids, there's food trucks. It's just a really fun community event. We do 8 events a year, happens on the first Friday of the month, March through November. We pause in May for Toad Suck Days. We are headquartered at the studio downtown, and then we also spread out into the streets. So there's a lot of outdoor activities too. I heard y'all wanted some more data this year. So this year, we really worked hard to collect some data. At every Art Walk, we do a survey for all of our attendees. And so here is what we found out. We did a total of 371 surveys turned in that represented over 1,100 people surveyed. We have an average attendance of 1,866 attendees to every Art Walk. March, April, October, November, the weathers where we have the months when we have the really nice weather, we see over 2,000 attendees. In the summertime, when it gets really hot, we see between 1,200 and 1,500. So it averages out to about 1,800 people every Art Walk. Most of our attendees, 62% report eating out. We don't see a lot who report staying overnight. Conway Art Walk's not really an event that attracts overnight stays. However, we still had 11% of our attendees reporting that they stayed in Conway overnight. 74% reported shopping downtown, and 36% reported shopping other places in Conway besides downtown.
I think I was the one that asked the young lady that, I said, we need more money. I said, you need to show me more information.
Well, here
Yeah,
it is.
exactly.
Ask and you
Obviously a
shall
great job
receive.
there, so but I was just saying, I'm the one that asked that question probably, because I went to my first art wall. I was impressed. I was impressed with the way the police were set up, how it was safe there, so, and I didn't see people running crazy doing stuff, so I thought it was a really cool
It's a
thing
great
there.
event.
Yes, yes,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank
And it
you.
doesn't impact our business, and it doesn't impact other people, it's a whole different kind of group and crowd there, so I think it's a win-win, but I was the one that, hey, just show us more if we want to do more. So, yeah, okay, all right.
Here's the list of some of the places that people reported visiting while also in town for Conway Art Walk. We also collect demographic data, and we use this for the grants that we apply for funding. And anyway, I just threw it in here in case y'all were interested as well. So we have racial demographics and age range. And then we also collect level of education and their military status.
Well done. Well done.
Artist sales. We just had the idea to start collecting this data later in the season. So we actually project this would be a lot higher. We just started collecting this survey data in October and November. And it also just reflects the responses for artists who elected to take a follow-up survey, which was not very many. So we really project this number to be a lot higher. This is just the numbers that we have. And then overall, the Conway Art Walk, 67% of our attendees were right here in Conway. 33% were out-of-town visitors. 62% ate at restaurants. About 89% are groups of 2 or more, and so we predict that's a lot of families. We have all the free hands-on activities for kids, so we attract a lot of families. And then this is our overall projected economic impact for downtown Conway for the Conway Art Walk season in 2025.
And I know some of that last information y'all got out before this was how important art was and how it attracted its own people there. So it sounds like a win-win, you know.
I think
Yeah.
so. We use the funding, so every art walk, we create a map and a brochure. Every art walk is different. We have a different theme. And so the map and the brochure just helps people see what is where. It highlights our sponsors. We have social media pages that we create graphic design for to promote Art Walk, and we use some of the funding to boost these digital ads. And that's where we're seeing more of our reach outside of Conway. We also use the funding for some print materials that we use at the festival. So the Creative Cove banner you see in the large photo there, that's just we closed Chestnut Street. We put that banner over the street. And that's one of the things that really helped gain some attention, just people driving through town, seeing what was going on. Anytime we have special activities in September, we had an interactive yarn painting. We use some of the funding to print these special signs. And that photo in the middle, if you wondered what an interactive yarn painting was, there is a young lady participating. And just a few testimonials from our artists, our volunteers, our sponsors, our partners, just everybody in the community that we bring together to make Art Walk happen every month. I do want to point out the Angeline from the Fancy Dancers. She was a performer out of Tulsa, Oklahoma that we hired to perform at August Art Walk, and they also stayed in town. They ate at Mike's place. They stayed at a local Airbnb, and they just had really wonderful things to say about how hospitable everybody was here in Conway. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How did you collect those surveys? Did you collect them like via email, or did you have somebody out there with an iPad, or both? Or?
The attendee surveys,
Yeah.
So we collected those. That photo of me with the clipboard, I'm out there sweating in the heat collecting these surveys. We also have volunteers, but we have just a QR code. And so we ask attendees to scan the QR code and they take the survey right on their phone.
That's a good idea.
And then we also incentivized it because nobody really wants to take a survey, especially when they're out trying to have a good time with their family. So we got some local businesses to donate some gift cards. So every month we would give away a gift card to one of the survey people. Who
I'll be
completed.
happy too.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. I started counting people at the last one I was at. Okay, there's 100 over here, there's 150 over here, you know, just kind of looking. Then I saw where the police were set up, the barricades and all looked real safe. You know, I was really impressed with it.
Right.
It's really exploded this year, and yeah, we couldn't have done it without y'all's support. But just to give you another idea, we started the season with 25 artists and vendors, and in November we had 75.
Wow.
So we've more than tripled the amount of participants, artists and vendors and musicians. So it's exciting to see.
Awesome. Good job.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thank
Well
you.
done. Thank you.
Was it Rachel? Just one?
That's on one. Okay, we're
Uh-huh.
financial information now. Okay. Miss Jill? All right.
Go to the paperclip packet. First, see the balance sheet. You still have the balance in our previous operating account of $462,430.27. In our new operating account, $2,244,598.82. And in our tax collections account, it's $1,414,058.12. And CD, $517,725.57.
I was gonna say,
So,
what, do we know how much those are? Cause I mean, that 4,000 something,
Right.
462,000, leaving it.
yes, I thought that's what we were gonna do, but it's still accruing interest too as we go.
Account too.
Well, I was gonna say, that's just another account we're having to track. And I would even go further if we've only got 2 checks that are out, to reach out to whoever those 2 checks are to. Cause I know there's a certain period. So if they don't cash the checks or whatever the case may be, I think it's what, 6 months with the bank or something, then they're no longer good. So I think we need to actively look at those 2 checks that are out and find
Definitely.
out why they haven't cleared and then basically move everything over. That would be easier for you guys. That's one less account you have to look at. So,
Were any of those 2 checks when we were at the court scenario?
Oh, those are operating.
Okay, all right.
accounts.
well, I'll make that motion.
Got a motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Nay. Looks like that passes. Thank you. Code enforcement.
I'm not done with
Oh, yeah.
financials.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The first
I got
page.
ahead of
Yeah,
you.
Right.
Well, you know, had too much coffee early this morning, so, yeah.
And that motion was just for closing the account.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
for closing the
uh-huh.
account. Okay, that's, yeah, that's what I'm, thank you.
I have to check on those and then I got you and Bart to have to help me close it.
Yeah.
The third page of the financial statement, which is the 2-year income statement. For November 2025, we have got a profit of $108,950.93 as compared to last year at 81,781.36. Overall, year-to-date this year, 720,602.51, as compared to last year in 2024 at this time of 670,232.61.
Yes, yes.
And the backup data are just what supports these
What
three pieces of
support-
paper.
Are there any questions about this right now?
Nope.
No, we don't, I'm not trying to hurry, but just just asking. So, okay, all right.
Page 3 of our legal papers. There too. Okay, the collections for November 2025 were totaled $588,086.62. And that consists of $542,040.85 in food and $46,045.77 in hotels. And we are up over last year by $32,213.70 and up over 2023 by $72,739.14. Our year-to-date total of collections is $6,300,459.01. So the fourth page are delinquent collections, which were $28,633.54 for food and $85.77 for hotel, which totaled $28,719.31, which is 5.17% of total collections. Yes.
B&Bs, yeah.
Lodging, yeah.
Lodging.
Okay. I was following suit on that one. Okay, we go to the fifth page, it's collections excluding delinquent tax. We're at $559,367.31. Which is up over last year by $15,294.34. And our total collections to date, excluding delinquents, is $3,904,947.78.
A lot of good things that happened in,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I know we had our busiest November we had ever had.
We'll go to last page for pay simple payments. I believe we have a record percentage.
And Andy's not here.
Andy is not
know.
here.
Take a picture and send it.
We had total online collections in the amount of $336,681.64, which consisted of $304,029.15 in food and $32,652.49 lodging. You total 60.57% of total collections. That was 297 food and 64 lodging. 279, yeah. And the numbers are kind of skewed, I understand that, but that's the way it fell.
I got a question. Rachel, with all that information that Jack brought us a couple of them last month or month before about pulling all the data, have we started reaching out to all those folks and? Okay.
He's pulled it together. I think I'm waiting for him to finalize it all so that I can send it to clerk's office.
I
hope to
would-
get that.
I would think it would be nice if we could get it done before the
Mhm.
Christmas holiday, if we could.
Fun. Do you agree?
Financials. Second?
Motion been made and second on the financials. Any questions? None? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any negative? Nay? Okay. That passes. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Kim?
Afternoon.
Okay. I'm looking at our new list here.
The only ones that have, Bob's Grill is still on there, Charcuterie and More is still on there. Permit number 1104, I don't want to butcher that. And Volstead proper, and of course, Crab Kings and Kohana.
Yes, correct.
What, 1140 and 1004? Yes, ma'am. Yes, we will have to after this month.
They did receive a final
Yes.
notice
They
on
did.
that, yes.
Okay.
So. Yes, ma'am. It was delivered and signed for, so.
At 90 days.
Well, actually, the 90 days in that, it does say ceased and desist. Yes, it
That letter?
specifically has that wording in there. I think we've established that it does have that wording in there.
That letter that, last one she sent?
Uh,
it
yeah.
does.
Okay.
We're ready to do that on,
Yes.
okay.
Right, right. Mm-hmm. Well, of course, the month came in, the first came in quickly in December, so a lot of, well, depending on how the month falls, typically we don't meet quite as early as we did today. Yeah.
So you want cease and desist and a citation?
Yes.
She has supposedly ceased operations in Conway, but
Which permit number are we talking about?
1004.
Okay, all right.
She has a court date coming up, a plea date.
1004 or 1104? That's who I was talking.
I'm talking, oh,
They have
I thought we were
received a
talking about
final
1004 charcuterie.
We're moving that to the bottom. Permit number 1004 and 1140 will move to the bottom now. Yeah, I think we're addressing 1104.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
104.
yes. Mm-hmm.
And Charcuterie and More does have a plea date on December 29th from the last citation that she received. December 29th. Along with R&M Eatery. Yes, plea date. they, 8:30.
No,
Not on the
they
new list.
they got caught up.
Oh, well, good.
R&M paid off.
Yes.
Didn't know that. Okay, they have received only, a first and second notice. No, wait, just a first.
Okay.
So we'll get the second one over there to them this week.
I don't know what's going on with them, and then permit number 1191, the Lost Pizza Company, they have all of a sudden fallen off the radar. They have a beverage as well. And I know they're not closed, so
Over there. Well, not a citation. They're still in just the notices phase.
Right.
But yes, we'll get that over there this week.
I will make a motion for our standard 30 days for the proposed assessment notice, 60 days of the intent to revoke, and then 90 days for the cease and desist via code enforcement.
We got a motion made and seconded. And- Any discussion?
Jill, can I ask you about permit number 1013? They,
is that the Lijiang? After quite a lot of confusion, he did manage to get it together, and we have piecemealed it together. Because he also owns a food truck, so
confuse things.
yes, he was thinking he had to sell food out of his short-term rental to be able. It was a crossover situation. No, not short. It is not a food truck. It is Mighty Crab.
That's all I have, unless y'all have any questions for me.
Do you want to talk about court? We won.
Good.
Yes, but they worked that out after.
Don't know.
Yeah.
They have to go off to the side and make their arrangements with
Who's that?
Defendants.
Them in the
the
court?
defendant.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
and they were both found guilty, so
They're
they'll
both
just have
cited
to
$300.
work it out between them how they want to pay the tax part of it, but they were found guilty, so.
And they have beverage coming up in a couple weeks, I think.
I think it is in January. So. Anything else? All right.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Good to see the system working.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes.
Who from Charles there? Or
I think
Shelby.
Evan
Shelby?
or Shelby, yeah.
Shelby was there. Charles was there. Accountable.
He was just the manager.
It was just a chef, is what he started saying.
Yeah, but his name's on the paper.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fortunately, yes.
Okay, hi. So I'll start with, I guess, the bad news first. I know we've had issues with getting our audit report completed, getting the CPA to show up and give that formal report for the 2023 audit. So Laura Grimes has also been using them for the Chamber of Commerce audit and the Conway Development Corporation audit, and has gotten no response as well. And so today she's filing a formal complaint with the State Board of Public Accountancy. And I have a copy of the letter. I'm happy to share it with you all. But she mentions things that don't concern us that deal with the chamber and CDC, but then also includes, the non-responsiveness to the AMP Commission and my last communication date with him, which I was able to share those emails with her, and just a copy of where our things stand. So chances are likely that we will need to find another CPA firm to perform the
The audits.
2024 audit and the 2025 audit. We might want them to also review the 23 audit that he did but didn't formally present. But that decision will be up to y'all to make. We have a copy of the 23 audit, and I emailed that to you all in October, but I haven't heard from him since, I believe, October 13th. I might have had one phone call with him since then, but I don't have a record of that. The last email I had was October 13th.
And
Did
I've
anything-
gone by the firm twice and during the normal hours that are posted on the door, and no one was there.
You need anything from me? He was the same on the end of getting information, and then he would double and triple ask for information and then say he never got it, but I had email proof. And he's already asked for the 2024 audit, but we told him.
Well, but
till
that
he-
was a couple months ago, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Told him till he
So as
presented
far as I'm
23.
aware, no one has had communication with him since October.
No.
So I'll keep you posted as I know more on that.
He has been paid.
Yes, for 23, he was
Yes.
paid.
He had to in order to present, but he is yet to present.
Right.
So
In other more positive news, all funding applicants for 2025, I've sent all of their notices out, so they should start getting their formal letters, just letting them know how much they get. Some people have followed up directly, and I've let them know, and they've all been very pleased. I've had a lot of end of the year advertising things happening, meeting with people that I typically run large campaigns with, Multiview, which is a digital campaign, Sports Events Magazine, the Society of American Travel Writers, Due North Publishing, which prints a sports magazine. So I've finalized plans with all of them for 2026 advertising. Have continued to meet with the Heart of Arkansas board. Arkansas Tourism had some extra funds, and so they told all of the state regions to come up with a big idea, and basically we'll have a contest and see whose idea we like the most. So we did some brainstorming, tried to come up with some ideas to submit to the state. We'll see if any of them come to fruition. But they all involved regional advertising for Central Arkansas, which makes up the Heart of Arkansas. Have continued working with Dave Creek on our social media presence. And so we've talked about things we can post in January, focusing on healthy eating habits, restaurants that focus on kind of healthier food, any kind of outdoor activities. People want to jumpstart a healthy new year. So we're trying to play into that with our content. I also had another call with Make Music Day, and Katie joined me for that from Create Conway. And we have signed a contract with them, and Jill has cut a check to them for $350 for participating next year in that event. So I'm excited to see what it could be. I think it'll be really cool next June 21st. And I've also started working on my professional and destination management certification. So I did that one day last week, and I'll hopefully finish it this week. So, yes. Well, you all had agreed that I should do that in our contract, so I'm fulfilling that.
Right. Thanks.
Okay, any questions for me?
Thank you.
Do we do any advertisement in Morrilton?
No, not Morrilton specifically.
I think we're gonna see, a huge group of people from that $1.5 billion project in Morrilton. I'm seeing them coming to my restaurant, Green Bay Patio.
From Green Bay, yes, and Jamie could talk a lot more about that. He worked on that project, but part of, I think, the CDC's interest in helping that was the impact that it will have on Conway. You know, because Morrilton doesn't have hotels to support all those people, and so Green Bay. So they will be staying in Conway. They will have tons and tons of people that they'll need to feed, and Conway restaurants are all going to benefit from that. So we won't have to advertise to them, Mike. They'll come here because they won't have another
I
option.
know, I've met with them several different times, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay.
There's not that many options
No,
in
that's
Morrilton.
what I kind of told them,
Yesterday's, though.
this ought to be your choice, so, yeah.
Yesterday's, yeah.
Jan.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, thank you, Rachel. Okay, Parks and Recreation. Oh, wait.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Kind of a short month for us with all of the holidays, but a couple of things that stand out. The GNS Gun Show will be here this weekend over at the Expo, along with our Employee Appreciation Party on December 19th out there. Other than that, last weekend, police and fire departments had their Sheriff Bear annual toy drive. And then we hosted the first annual Arctic pickleball tournament that we actually moved inside to Don Owen, but we collected over 400 food items for a local food bank. And then Wednesday, we're going to have our first Santa Land at Conway at Don Owen. We had 400 tickets. It's a free event, but we've given all those out within a couple of days. So we're looking to have a big event over there for the kids.
Awesome.
Thank y'all. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Merry Christmas to you.
Denise? Okay. Clerk's office, okay. Yeah.
All right, so we have 4 new A and Ps. 1 is just a new owner. 3 mobile food vendors, 2 were just a 1 event permit. And then the dim sum place on Skyline is no longer. They are inactive. And then, so hopefully, if all things go as planned, we know how plans go, we should be live with our A and P permit online by the end of next month. Fingers crossed.
Quick question, Kelsey or Denise, whichever. One of our city council members had sent a receipt from Dave's Hot Chicken. And evidently they are not charging the A&P tax. So I know Andy and I both were in there today at the same time. Not discussing city business, but he had already ordered. And I did visit with, I think he's just like the general operations person, and Andy had left a card with him. I mean, he was, I guess, kind of the person that's just there, but not them. So I think we probably need to follow up. And my question was, when we issue the A&P permit, I'm assuming it has information on there about, okay,
I printed out a copy of that packet if you wanted to look at it.
They get
Okay.
the packet when they get the application.
Okay.
When their application's reviewed by that permit, also sends a letter
okay,
reiterating the responsibilities and also a copy of the
Yeah.
payment form, how they can pay online, all of that. They get all
Yes, I
that, but
I think
these
it's been a
corporate-
month maybe.
they
Yeah,
opened, I think, the middle of November.
yeah,
But
okay.
these corporate ones,
Right.
sometimes there's a miscommunication
Mhm.
between the home office, wherever their registers get programmed.
Okay,
And so we're gonna email them,
okay,
the corporate
great,
office too, and find out what's.
great, thank you. The young guy was very nice, very happy to meet both Andy and I, but said he would reach out to their corporate office. So,
I'll reach out to Preet and we'll see
Yeah.
about getting that.
thank you.
Any new business? See, we do.
Yeah, I'll add some issues with, all kind of been talking about, and my suggestion. Don't need them in court because. But have somebody.
And what I will say to that is, I had a conversation personally, and one of the things is the caseloads that we have. And I know Charles has brought to the mayor's attention as well the amount of cases that they're dealing with, and they only have Evan and Shelby and then him. And of course, when you look at what we have, it's not saying that the A&P is, quote, not important, but when you're dealing with hit and runs, things of that nature, and the hours that they have to spend looking at things. The other thing that he did express to me that I was not aware of, we are one of probably only city of our size that does not have legal representation. Little Rock, Fayetteville, Jonesboro, and Springdale all have contracts with firms. They do not utilize for their A&P meetings and things of that nature, your actual city attorney's offices. And I'm assuming it's probably for that same reason, plus the magnitude. I did speak with him. What his suggestion was is that we look at a firm, first of all, possibly rather than an individual, which I get, because if you get an attorney's firm that only has one attorney in it, if they're working on a case, it's going to be the same thing. So at least if we solicit a firm, you have more than one person in that firm that could be backup, or if somebody's on vacation, or if somebody's sick, whatever the case may be. And in talking to him, I know from the city's perspective, probably as well as the A&P, we would have to do a request for proposals. So some of the things that he just suggested that we might put in there in the proposal is to attend the meetings, provide legal advice, and to review contracts, and to also do civil litigation in circuit court, because the city's attorney already works in district. So that would be kind of the same issue. So that's what I have.
What has changed the caseload so much from the previous administration in the city's attorney's office? We have a city attorney always involved.
Right. Well, I know, well, I don't know if we've lost anyone in the city attorney's office or not. I'm not sure.
Chuck have to?
I'm not sure how many Chuck had, and I don't know what the caseload has been, but I mean, I know I can say, I know we have several city litigation things that are going on right now that probably have not been, that has, of course, probably had to encounter a lot more. But I think the caseload has increased, yes.
My understanding is I was told our meetings, or no one could because he was in office at that time. I'm trying to understand why we
Yeah.
have to pay an attorney to do city attorney's office.
Office.
Well, I know Mondays, from my understanding, I think Evan is in court on Mondays. That's, I guess, one of the heaviest court dates. So I know that probably a Monday is not going to be ideal as far as that goes. I mean, we could ask. Yeah, you got to pull your mic down. I mean, I don't have a problem asking by any means. But again, I mean, if other cities of our size are doing it, that might be a way for us to go.
I did also speak to Charles, and he said he would be more than happy to, if we could all set up a time to meet with him, and he can discuss what we need and what they can provide, come together and find us, figure out a solution. He said he's willing to do that with everybody.
Wasn't his response to me, but I'm fine with that. If he wants to, I'd love to have a conversation. Been asking for one.
So was there a couple months ago, asking him to come.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be happy to reach out and come up with a date that's would work for him or his office, and then we can email and see if that works for commissioners as well. I mean, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Well, if we could do that before the next meeting, then we can
Yeah.
decide at the next meeting what we want to do.
Okay.
Sound okay with everybody?
Yeah, and he did suggest if we do move to something like this, doing it hourly rather than an hourly rate rather than a contract, because, you know, typically for most cases, we're only here for 1 hour at our meetings. So, yeah. All right, I will make a note and I will reach out to Charles and then I will email.
I have
Okay.
one more thing I wanted to bring up on, well, I guess it's technically old business, so it could go in either one of them. The diving board at the pool.
Mhm.
I know I'm bringing that back up because I went to a swim meet the other day and we had people from all over the state, even 3 teams from Oklahoma that had planned to be there, eat there, stay a night. And we have 5, there's 5, just with the city or Conway High, we had 5 swim meets in Conway this year. Only one of them is at that center because of diving board. And so we're missing out on, you know, those other 4 that could be there, but they're at Hendricks versus being at that location. So how would we get the process started of seeing what we can do, if we can do anything to fix it where the diving board works so that we could have competitions there?
I would be pretty apt to say Jamie Bryce,
Okay.
who is over
Okay.
that facility. Mhm.
Okay. I would like, I don't know how should we go about it? Because I want her to talk with the swim coaches, the people that do these competitions, so that they know that it's going to cost money for us to do it, to get it right. But
Right.
if we're not going to, I just don't understand why we built that big platform with all those seats up there if we're not going to have events there.
Okay.
So, because that thing was full for that one event, it didn't include diving, it was just swimming. So,
Okay. So I will reach out to Jamie
okay.
as well as Charles. Yes, sir.
And I'm happy to. I'm not trying to put it on you.
No,
Okay,
it's fine.
Okay.
No, not a problem.
I just wanted to know, I didn't know what the proper avenue was.
No,
to,
Jamie
like,
is-
start having
yeah.
conversations.
Yep. I will reach out to both of those. No problem. And I'm kind of like you. This is probably under old business, so I'll wait till we move to old business.
Where we are.
Okay. Just to follow up, I think it was at our last meeting, we had got the contract with the Conway Advertising and Promotion Commission. I know we had at that time basically made a motion to move forward with the contract that would start January the 1st. And I have in my notes the amount of $220,803. I think that's what we discussed. Is that? While you're checking that, I did have the city attorney review that. And the only question that he had basically had to do with the term, but I think the wording as far as it noted anything prior to, which we would not be entering the agreement until January 1st. I think he just thought that if there was something lingering over, but I had kind of emailed Jamie and Rachel both. So I don't think that that particular section of it is going to cause any heartaches or anything, because technically most of what and Jamie, I'll let you and Rachel speak to that. But I think basically all of the services that they provide, for the most part, would be concluded December 31st. So there wouldn't really be anything lingering over into January 1st. Okay. That was the only thing that the city attorney had asked about in that particular thing, looking over the contracts. So did you look back, Rachel, and see? I was going to say, I know this had the 225,703, but we had discussed going forward, since it was just going to be for the year, with the 223,803. Okay. Well, since the attorney has looked at this and pretty much given the approval, we had, I guess in theory, agreed upon it. But I guess after the review, we would just need to formally enter and, have, I guess it would be Mike, to enter into this agreement with the Conway Advertising and Promotion Commission. So I just make a motion that we move ahead into that in a formal content. Okay?
Motion made and second. Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? No? All right.
Okay.
Or old business? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded to return. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank-